Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversation. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
This world is changing more and more every day, and we've decided to change right along with it. My name is Dr. Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'm the president of Trajectory TV Network. At Trajectory, our vision is to provide a comfortable, creative platform for top content creators and storytellers from around the globe. We're also dedicated to providing this world with content that is healing, educational, empowering, exciting, and above all else, entertaining and transparent. So right now, I invite all of you who believe yourselves to be global game changers to use the link found here and simply take a chance. Schedule a virtual chat where you'll have the opportunity to share your vision for your very own global television show with me, the network president. So use that link, and together, let's begin changing and healing this world, one story at a time. And remember, whether you have years of experience in front of the camera or zero experience, it doesn't matter. What matters the most is your desire to share great content through television and a willingness to share it with passion and with purpose. You might ask, how do I know if I've fallen in love with my purpose and my purpose has fallen in love with me? It's easy when you've lost your voice because you just can't stop talking about it. I'll see you soon.
It's your time, and the Becoming the Best You Conference in St. Louis is where you want to be. This 3-day event featuring over 35 impactful speakers with 16 breakout sessions to choose from will help you achieve the best of your life for the rest of your life. Come and dance the night away on Saturday night at the Black Tie Affair and enjoy the live entertainment as we close out Tickling Your Funny Bone with comedian Jeremy Nunez. Get your tickets today and we'll see you there.
On July 4th, 1962, I found myself in the lost and found of mankind. Just because something finds its way to the lost and found doesn't mean that it wants to be there. Just because something finds its way to the lost and found doesn't mean that the person who lost it doesn't care for that lost item.
You are writing moments that people will learn from, grow from, and heal through for thousands of years. Together, we are co-authoring a unique moment in time. That DNA, those fingerprints, they're going to be gone. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. But it is your story that they will tell for thousands of years. But only if you leave it. Things that do not serve you must go. The longer you wait, the more time you give them to trick you into serving them. 22 homes in foster care, everything I wore as a scar, as a shame, things that started like Velcro on my spirit. After just a few months, then years, then decades, I had believed myself into believing that they were indelible tattoos. Sometimes we have to be broken down to appreciate the view once we start getting up. I want you to leave this place and know that you have been changed. Why? How do I know it's true? Because each of you has just changed.
in my state of mind. But you walk right past me, pretending like you don't see what's yours for the taking tonight.
The train is coming. No, the train is here. Get up, get ready, get with it. Wake that ass up. Wake it up. Yes, I said ass. It's in the Bible. That's what I used to say to my mom when I was little. She still washed my mouth out with soap. You don't say that. But listen, we're grown folks up in here. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I got to tell you something. I'm not kidding. I love being transparent. This morning I woke up and I felt like, you know how it is. We have things that we're building out and this responsibility we all have of service to the world. And it is not a shared custody agreement. And sometimes, doubt tries to come in and inch in, creep in. And I jump right. No, I keep the chain on the door. You ain't coming up in here if I can help it. Why? Because doubt leads to worry. Worry leads to fear. Fear leads to anger. And anger has the key to that door known as destruction. So trick no good. Take it and send it back to whence it was, wherever it came from. You can just go on back over there. And that is why I love being here with you all, right? It's not how we start the race every day. It's how we finish it. And I'm going to tell you something. When I come in here and together, we create that unique moment in time that you hear me speak of all the time. It is one of the greatest fulfillments of one of the greatest blessings, one of the greatest promises afforded us today and always. And it's the one that tells us when two or more of us comes together with that mindset, heart set, that soul set, if you will, of purpose, of service. Spiritual magic is the result. And so I'm so grateful for all of you today. I really am. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't want to without you. So there that is. Welcome to today's show. I'm here. Say hello, won't you? She's here every day, Monday through Friday. Been here for 6 years now. Lucy McGillicuddy-Ricardo. She's my little sidekick. I'm Laverne and she's Shirley, or reverse it. She's my Ed McMahon. There you go. Ooh. And the bell of purpose is here as always. I ring that bell on purpose, with purpose, because we are here within purpose. So just like that bell has a ring to it, so does the truth. And I don't want you to miss not one morsel of it, right? So that's what you'll hear every time. That's my version of saying amen. Now you can put your amens in the comments. As a matter of fact, why don't you start now by saying good morning. Tell us where you're watching from in the world. We're so glad you're here and it's an honor, really. So a couple announcements. Let me see. A big week for us here at Bathrobe Moments and in my brands. This is what I woke up. This is what I was talking about, referring to when you wake up and you go, because that's when you're doing things that are not on a calendar called someday or one day that just sit there and it's on a real living, breathing calendar known as life. And it's every day it's closer. It's closer. It's closer. I woke up and I was like, February, March, April, May 5th through the 12th, we're headed to Romania. And I had a wonderful call yesterday with the American Embassy. The State Department is sponsoring us, or they're putting their seal of approval on us, if you will, as we move to Romania. Here's the movie poster. The Saylor Brothers, Academy Award nominated filmmakers, will be with us, capturing it all within a documentary. It is the Legacy of Hope tour, May 5th through 12th, where a group of my coaching clients, myself, and if you want to come, we have spots for 3 more people. We're headed over there for an entire week to provide tons of love, light, and hope for all the people, particularly so the children of Romania. There it is. There's our official poster. And I'm so excited. Also, we are headed to Miami the last weekend of this month, where my good buddy, Jason Cisneros, will be with us live at our Business Mindset Mastery, Awaken the Abundant Master Within. Also, my other brother from another mother, Todd Special, will be with us as well. I love these guys. I love you, and we would love to have you with us. Keep an eye on all my socials. We will be putting it out hard and heavy starting later today. So how's that for you? It is the BTYB, becoming the best you ever. I added an E to it. Event is coming up. I said 16th because I'm going to be there the 16th, but 17th, 18th, and 19th. just a few days away. And the BTYB takeover, this is the last day of it. They've been here all week. We've had a great lineup of people that will be speaking and pouring into you and me and everyone who was smart enough to get their butts to St. Louis or watching virtually. So today, rounding it out, taking the anchor spot is Erin Paige. And, let me move my breakfast today. Yesterday when Dr. Roche was here, I had oatmeal with both blueberries. That stuff was so good. I almost kept her on the screen longer so I could just lick the bowl. It was that good. I'm not kidding. But today, I'm just having my multi-grain English muffin with some avocado mash. Oh. Okay, I guess I'm eating a pin with it too. Well, at least I know I'm the only one who touched these. Oh my God. I'll lick that up when Erin's on the screen. Sorry, I'm country. Live TV, gotta love it. So, Erin Paige, Paige, which is my favorite spelling of the name Paige. If it's a front name or a back name, I love that name. I love her. So, this is what I find so interesting about Erin. I've never met her, but we're going to today. I went sneaking all around her social media, right? And she is the dream, capitalized. She didn't just put capital D-R-E. She put it all out there. The dream igniter and heart-centered coach. If you're going to get yourself a coach, that's the first thing I'd look for and check off on my needs list. Heart-centered, seriously, because they're not going to be there for your routing number or your credit card. They're there for your testimonial, for your story, so that they can show the world, look what we created together. And I'm so proud to bring Erin in today. So a little bit, like I said, she is the Dream Igniter. And what in her world does DREAM actually stand for? Well, D is for dare. R is for radiantly. Is my skin radiant today? I've tried. E is for every day. No shared agreement, no shared custody agreement, rather with that one, every day, all day. And finally, the M is for moment. Erin Paige ignites the spark in those who are open to dreaming up and elevating into the infinite possibilities in all areas of their lives through heart-centered guidance. There that word is again, those two, heart-centered. Right. See, I'm telling you, that's a divine statement. That's what that is. That's a divine statement. That's not a sales angle, if you will. That is a divine statement. And no one I know throws that out there just casually, because when we mean it, it becomes meaningful somewhere in your universe. Keep that in mind. So yes, you can go ahead and call her a coach if you'd like. She has worked with clients around the world to enhance and elevate their lives. And so she is, in fact, in my opinion, a dream agent. That's right. So she wants you to keep on dreaming, and believe me, we will. Let's get her in here now. Remember, Erin has never been here. She's a newbie to us, right? So as we do all the time on Bathrobe Moments, the virtual red carpet is in effect. Give her a standing ovation. How? By putting your hearts on the screen. Show some love as we bring Erin Paige to our stage. Here she comes. Okay, I licked up the avocado mash. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Oh, I am just so thrilled to be here. You mentioned about hopping out of bed this morning. I literally hopped out of bed this morning with total bliss that I get to be with you and your audience today. I'm so excited.
Really?
I truly, Dr. Lauren, truly, it was a very magical morning thus far. And that intro, holy smokes. Yes. How can we not be inspired to be together today just by watching your intro and listening to your words thus far? So
you're
thrilled to be here.
Now, I don't want to assume, so I want to get it straight from the beginning. You are actually going to be live in St. Louis, not one of the virtual speakers, correct?
Correct. Yes. So I get to meet you in person in a week.
I know it.
Isn't it amazing?
I'm so excited for a number of reasons, but there's something anointed about that weekend. I feel it. I know it. It's my first stage appearance for 2023. So I get to, open up my new content for the year and meet all these great people. But even beyond that, I just feel some essence of something magical in the air about this weekend. I really do. So listen, I'd like to start the show by giving the guest a moment or two personally with the audience. So I'm going to dip out, pull you up front, let you just say anything that you feel like you want to pour into them today so you guys can get to know each other. And then I'll come back in and we'll start the interview. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
Perfect. All you.
Hey everyone, good morning. I am thrilled to be with you, and I'm just gonna start right here by sending you so much love and all those hearts that are coming through the comments. Thank you very much. I feel it. My name is Erin Paige, and I bring heart-centeredness to everything that I do, or make that intention, and that is a format that I go with all the time, is that we have to set intentions. So you are here setting an intention to absorb the words today, the energy, and the essence of our time together. And I'm thrilled to be with you. I am, if you want to call me a coach, that's one word, and it's more universal. But I really like to take a look at where you are within your heart center, where you are within that heart space, because we'll talk about the word love here later on. And I have an acronym for it. I've got an acronym for everything, you guys. That helps me remember, just like DREAM. Dr. Lauren has already stated that DREAM stands for dare radiantly every day and moment. And I have a question before we start the interview. And I suggest, if you've got a pen and paper, what is it? Note takers or money makers, grab a pen and paper and write this question down. What if you, yes, you, are the spark which ignites massive shifts in all humanity? I'm going to repeat it. What if you are the spark which ignites massive shifts in all humanity? Write that down, and we'll readdress it, maybe, Dr. Lauren, a little bit later.
Amen. Thank you, Robert Baker, for that. Yes, write it down. We're going to definitely circle back to that one. Wow, so much to get to today. But all month long, it's Black History Month. And so I take a moment. Yesterday, we honored all my Nubian queens, past, present, and future in spirit. And today, you guys know how I feel about those children, right? That's why we're going to Romania, because of the kids, and the Powerful Symposium is dedicated because there's still a kid inside of all of us. Some are wounded, some are healing, some have healed. But whatever it is, we never want to let that spark die out, because there is joy inside of play and laughter and all the things. And our childhoods are so brief. So today, my Black History moment is dedicated to a local girl here in the Illinois area. She's actually from Brownsville, Illinois. She's 3 years old. Her name is Peyton Jackson. And we saw her on one of our shows, Windy City Live, because of a poem that she memorized. And so I just couldn't wait. I have forwarded it, scrubbed it up, so we don't have to hear all the other stuff, but we're going to hear Peyton deliver this poem. It just takes a minute or so. So you guys sit back and let's share this Black History moment with 3-year-old Peyton Jackson. Here we go. Take a listen to this.
Hey, Black Child by Kelsey Cullen. Hey, Black Child, do you know who you are? Who you really are? Do you know you can be what you want to be if you try to be what you can be? Hey, Black Child, do you know where you're going? Where you're really going? Do you know you can learn what you want to learn if you try to learn what you can learn? Hey, Black Child, do you know you are strong? I mean really strong. Do you know you can do What you want to do is you try to do what you can do. Hey, black child, be what you can be. Learn what you must learn. Do what you can do. And tomorrow, your nation will be what you want it to be.
Yay! Wow. How awesome was that?
Hey, that was awesome.
I know it. I never tire of watching her do that. Yeah, you guys, that's little Peyton Jackson, 3 years old. And that just goes to show you it's never too early. And where there is one thing, there is another, because it is never about just one thing. So it also means that it's never too late. Never. So we're going to talk about dreaming today, which is a big word in my history. I have an album. Where is it? And I would have never gotten this deal with this record company had it not been for a song I wrote that was not on the album, but it was the theme song for a movie called The Almighty. And the name of the song was Dream. And I wrote it because I thought I was going to kill myself. I really did. I was like out of it. So I went somewhere to use the piano at this big church, and someone recorded it there. I didn't even know they were in the balcony polishing silver with their grandmother. And 6 weeks later, that song that I thought was going to be my last, whatever note or whatever, ended up being something that led to falling in love with living. So dreaming is a huge, huge piece. And I think sometimes we throw that word against the wall a little bit too willy-nilly-ish. We just say it, but do we really understand what is inside those letters, inside that word? So Erin, tell us why that's like the Clegg light of your brand. Heart-centered and dream, they go hand in hand. Talk about how you got to that point. And was it always that way in your life, or did something happen?
Absolutely. Well, I really didn't, I totally understand what you're saying about that. It's a really big word, and it can be sometimes feel a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
But when I broke it down into the acronym of daring radiantly every day and moment, it seemed to break it down into more bite-sized pieces. So that's where I really started to take a look at the word and feel it differently. And we all have dreams, right? And we speak them out loud. And then all of a sudden, it's almost like sucking it up into a straw. We like say it out loud, and then we go, and we forget how powerful it is just to allow it to happen. Dream within the clouds. One of the things that I love to do is lay on the grass, or my mom taught us when we would go on long road trips, is to look up into the sky and see the floating clouds. Well, you see that referenced in all kinds of movies, and people talk about it, is that those passing clouds, if we could be as fluid as those clouds with our dreams, that's when this spark happens, and the little pebbles along the path start to get planted even more deeply. And you asked if I'd always been this way.
Right.
So for those of you that will be attending the BTBY event next week, and obviously we want everyone to be there because it will change lives. I've been a part of it in the past. I don't want to give away everything, but there was a point in my life where it was the age of 19 was a really tough year. And a lot of people look at me and say, well, everything's been great for you and all of that. And it hasn't. You're looking and talking with someone that has been raped. She crashed a car and was charged with a DUI. I mean, this is a girl that really didn't have, I was provided with a good life, and I hit rock bottom at that point. Lots of, as I say, I discovered boys and alcohol after that point. And I was in a very destructive pattern.
Yeah.
But it ultimately, Dr. Lauren, there was a moment when I went to a church in my college town, and I was going through my healing process. And I sat in the back pew And the pastor is speaking his message, and all I can see in front of me, about 5 pews ahead of me, is an elderly couple. And the husband is all hunched over, and he has obviously a lot of ailments. And the wife, he's slipping down into the pew, and the wife very gently puts her arm around him and gently lifts him up. And it was that moment that I knew what love was, what the unconditional love was, that through thick and thin, whether you're dreaming or not dreaming, whether you're going through the roughness that I was going through at age 19, love exists. Love exists. And that's really, it changed my heart at that point. That was a lot. That was the process of healing through all of that took really ultimately over 10 years. And I say that my son doesn't really like me talking about it, but I say that he was part of that healing process because I discovered, what this, what the female body was really supposed, what we're made to do.
Yeah.
And it was through those, I call them ticks on my timeline. Think about history class, and everyone just got these little ticks on their timeline. And that was just a tick on my timeline. And the more I was taking, talk about a pen and paper, the more I was taking ultimately a Sharpie, and I was circling over that tick in my timeline, the more it was bringing it back to existence, the more I was feeling it. And I just decided, that's one word I actually have printed on a t-shirt, is I decided to make a shift and a change. And I just decided to live with more joy. And have there been ups and downs along the way? Absolutely. I would never, ever claim to have a perfect life since that moment in time. But I use those as teaching moments, and it has ignited a dream. And one of the things with dreams, though, is that a lot of times we can speak our dreams. And I think it's important to speak our dreams.
Yeah.
And to dare ourselves to share it. But be careful who you're sharing it with, because we are who we hang out with, right? Yeah. We are the people that we hang out with. So be careful and be mindful, because some dreams are very sacred. And I will tell you this.
Yes.
If I can share with you guys today, one of the reasons why I was so excited to hop out of bed this morning and be with you today is because your platform is actually one of the pieces to my dream. And then the other piece that I was thinking of 3. So here we go, guys. Let's talk about dreaming a little bit. I encourage you to dream beyond your wildest imagination. Think of a ceiling and choose, just like if you've seen Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory, when they get in that glass elevator. And
that's one of my favorite movies. I had the movie
oh
poster.
my God, it's awesome. It's so awesome. And if you are looking to ignite dreams, I suggest that you watch it. And at the very end, when like they hit the button, but the button, it goes beyond. Because I actually watched an interview with James Cameron with Avatar and all the other movies that he's done. And when he came out with Avatar, they said, well, how in the world did you think of this? How in the world? I mean, the technology wasn't there. How that? And he's like, listen, I knew what my capabilities were. I knew what I could do. And I knew I could set the bar here. He said, but I knew if I set the bar here, I would only go here. So what I did was I thought beyond the walls. I broke through the ceiling and I just blasted it out and imagined what the dream that I had of creating this movie. And I set the bar here. I'll even go outside the screen, like so far out here. He goes, because then I knew I would be here. And remember, his capabilities were here. So that's what we need to do. This is our one life.
Yes.
It's our one life. And we have a decision every single day to wake up and whatever, because today is a tick on your timeline.
Yes, it is.
It's a tick on your timeline and you get to choose. Yesterday is over. You get to choose to start over and to dare radiantly every day today and moment throughout that day.
See, I knew it. I was going to wait till we were going to go to commercial to throw this in right before we segued, but I'm going to just put it in here now. You know, and all of you out there, some of my coaching clients are watching, some of the people that have been loyal fans of this show for all 6 years. Hi, all of you, Tia, Sherry, Robert, Lori, all of you and the others. I see you. Thank you so much. They know Willy Wonka, The Never-Ending Story, and The Wizard of Oz are my three favorite stories. They are anointed. And I was going to say, because I was watching, people know that one of my God-given gifts is that God gives me brief glimpses into the greatness of certain people, certain situations. And I was going to make sure, so I'm going to do it right now. Erin, I am telling you, I can see it. You are anointed. And what you're doing is an anointed work. It is an anointed work. And I am telling you, every time they show me this with a person, they show me rolling hills with people lined up as far as the eye can see. And they're coming to pick up what you will be leaving for them to find for a long, long, long time. So I just want to deliver that and make sure that this is inside, because this is a sacred space. The other thing was, what really tipped it off, you brought up Avatar and Cameron and the girl who was in that balcony polishing the silver with her grandmother, but heard me playing that song and recorded on her phone, was working on that movie out in Hollywood when that happened, and gave it to the person who had lost their theme song when she was on vacation, and went back and said, well, I heard a guy playing a song that I think could work, played it for him, and the rest is history. So you brought that up. I was like, what are the odds? She brought up Willy Wonka and Avatar all at the same time. So you see, people, listen, nothing is by mistake. It is only the universe and God and all those things that are working to serve us so that we can serve others, keeping our journeys interesting. So I find that very interesting. So listen, I want to get this break out of the way. We're going to go. And then when we come back, I can't wait. I want you to share what you can without it being a spoiler alert, what you are bringing to the event next weekend in St. Louis, the Becoming the Best You. So let's take a look into that when we come back. This is a great time for you all to bless someone. Share this broadcast out with just one other person. What you send out will come back to you. It's the boomerang effect. It is the ripple effect. It is the domino effect. Anything with an effect, pay attention to it. Send it out. We'll be right back. Don't you dare go away.
It's your time, and the Becoming the Best You conference in St. Louis is where you want to be. This 3-day event featuring over 35 impactful speakers with 16 breakout sessions to choose from will help you achieve the best of your life for the rest of your life. Come and dance the night away on Saturday night at the Black Tie Affair and enjoy the live entertainment as we close out Tickling Your Funny Bone with comedian Jeremy Nunez. Get your tickets today and we'll see you there.
Back to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host, Dr. Lauren Michaels Harris. And before I get a luminary known as Erin Paige back in here. You hear me say all the time, things that do not serve you must go. In my case, a couple years ago, it was ditching the Diet Coke and leveling up, dreaming up, as our friend Erin would say, into something better. And this happened to be the choice that I made and the choice that chose me. It's V8. I love it. It's 100% vegetable juice from concentrate, only 60 calories in every one of these babies. And you can find it so easily. Head down the juice aisle at your local grocer. 2.5 servings of vegetables are crammed into every one of these cans. However do they do it? Anyway, go ahead. Don't wait until it's too late. Pop the top and try V8 today. Thank you, V8, for being a good friend of Bathrobe Moments for, 3 years now. Here we go. Okay, welcome back. So, take the can off, take the lid off just a little bit. What can you share about what you're bringing and what people can expect from you next week in St. Louis? I'm just itching to know.
All right. So those of you who will be joining us, you will be filled. Let me tell you, I have been a part of this a couple times now, and you will be filled with so much joy. You will leave a totally different person. I saw it happen and people transformed. So what will I bring to the table next week? Well, you guys have already figured out that I love acronyms, and I've actually been keeping one away from you until now. See that word?
Yes.
That is the word that I will be breaking down, and we will be talking about how you can become the best version of yourself. And it doesn't matter where you've been, what's transpired in the past, you can become whatever you dream.
That's so true. That, it's so true. And, sometimes when I hear someone say that and I know it to be true in every fiber of my soul, what aches within me is that I wish sometimes, but it would be too easy. So I know it's impossible, but it doesn't stop me from wishing. Like remember that old movie Powder? And there was a scene in there and he touched the hunter who had shot the deer so that he could experience it in real time. This joy and this possibility, because I am one of those people that didn't think I would make it anywhere. And just like that, the moment I began to believe in believing that something could be different, it actually happened. And I wish I could just touch that person and transfer what I know to be true into the very core of their spirit. But even though we can't do that, we can do what we're doing and what you're talking about. And it is real. Do you ever, my birth mother, Lucille, told me on her deathbed, she died 10 minutes later. I was the last one in there because I let my other siblings, but back then I referred to them as her real kids because they had her their whole life. And I met her when I was 32. And she said to me, I've seen where God is taking you. I was just a cook back then. She goes, I've seen where God is taking you and it's wonderful, but it's going to break your heart over and over. And I was like, why would it break my heart if it's wonderful? And she said, because God's giving you a gift. You have it now, but you're going to start using it soon, where you'll be able to see brief glimpses inside the greatness of others. But what will break your heart is how few of them will believe you that it is true. And so talk about that, Erin. What can you give us some tips for that person that thinks that they're listening and they believe for other people, but they just say, but that could never work for someone like me. Look at how messy this place is. But that doesn't matter, does it?
It absolutely does not matter. The reason is because there's only one you. There is only one you. And I come from a space of believing that every single soul on this earth was brought here with purpose and for reason, and was brought here to influence people. I talk about the ripple effect. You referenced that before the break.
Yeah, that was my first speech title years ago.
Yeah, And think about it. Okay, so here's my tip. So I want everyone today, this is my challenge. Go find a rock. And if you don't have a rock, imagine that you found a rock.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to hold it in your hand. I want you to feel it. I want you to breathe your own life into it. It's just a little rock, right?
Right.
But you can transform it, cover it, put your own unique and individual energetic in it. And then I want you to imagine, fill up the sink with water if you don't have some water around you, and put it in there and watch the ripple. I am telling you that even opening up the door for someone creates a ripple for someone.
Yeah.
And that is passing it on. And maybe that was your purpose today, was to show kindness to someone. See, people, a lot of times they think that like these dreams that I talk about and the spark and igniting needs to be as big as a movie like Avatar.
Yes.
I'm here to tell you that small acts of kindness is what makes the big ripples within this universe. And it's you, because there's nobody else like you.
Yes.
No one. And think about that, the power of that. And one of the life-changing things, and even I'm brought to tears so many times, and I thought about it even this morning, and I make a conscious effort to think about it every single day.
Mm-hmm.
If you believe in a higher power, I believe that that is the one unconditional love. And to think that that one unconditional love took time to create little old me to make massive ripples, how could I not go out and dream, whether that is to dare radiantly every day and moment, to wake up every day and just be kind to people. That's as simple as it needs to be. And that just continues and continues and continues. So grab a rock today, or imagine that you have a rock, and throw it into the pool of life and create your own ripple, because we all start to interact. And that's another thing that I'll talk about next weekend in St. Louis at the Becoming the Best You conference, is the way that those vibrations and those ripples, and there is science behind it, actually interacts. And there's this energy that's exchanged.
Yes.
It's super important.
It is immensely. And, you don't have to know what you're doing. You just have to be in the process of doing. ING, the most powerful 3 little letters. It means that that's why we're human beings and not human dones or human dids. We're human beings. We are in the process. Every moment is a new beginning. Every second is a new opportunity. And, you guys see us sitting here. We're everyday people. We're not Oprah, but Oprah says the same thing. And right now, look, in 60 seconds, she says the same thing that you've been hearing here all day. Listen.
I always say that the only courage you ever need is the courage to fulfill the dreams of your own life. But if you don't have a dream today, start dreaming. Start believing that having a dream will lead you to the fulfillment of your dream if you're willing to let every step you take move you in that direction. It doesn't have to be formal. It doesn't have to be you're writing it down on paper. I now know that that helps if you can articulate it for yourself. And for everybody who's saying, I don't know if I even believe in myself, this is the truth. You deserve the best that life has to offer you. You deserve the best version of yourself. Why? Because you're here.
Yes.
Because you were born. You deserve the best life possible.
Oh, that's a heart moment.
There it is.
Absolutely.
I just want people to know that what she just said, what Oprah said, the fact that we're here, being born, actually making it here, that is the greatest odds known to man. It's like 1 in 400 quadrillion, I think the number is. And so once we're here, and we've done that without ever having formed a word or a thought when we're conceived. So once we're here, it's not about beating or breaking the odds. It's about setting them for those who are coming. And so I'm just so excited that I've met you and that your work is out there. Let's talk about what kind of people, Erin, find their way to you. Where are they usually in their journey when they step inside the work you do through the term called coaching? Because I know it's far greater than what that word's definition literally stands for. So I get that. I struggle with that all the time. So tell us about that. There may be a person out there right now listening that says, I wonder if she could help me.
Absolutely. And I'm actually going to use your words, Dr. Lauren. At the beginning, you said there's a statement that you made in one of your talks, that you were lost and found. Most people gravitate towards me because they're feeling lost. And I'm here to tell you, I have felt lost many, many times. And I still, every once in a while, fall into that category of feeling lost. And people that find me are ignited in some way to want to be found again, to tap into that heart space. They are feeling depleted. They are feeling unloved. The self-love that they have for themselves has diminished, and they need to navigate back to that. Because I always say that the soul and what we have, that light that's within us, never is extinguished. Never. Now it gets covered up. Or the pilot light, think about the pilot light. Sometimes it dims, but I don't believe it ever goes out. And so if you're interested in reaching out to me, let's have a conversation about how we can ignite that spark that is only you. And let's do that through heart-centered guidance.
I love it. I love it. So how long have you been, have you always done this kind of work, Erin? Or did you come from like corporate, or, we all had that prior life.
Sure.
Where did you segue from?
Well, I say that I've kind of been doing this work my whole life. I've been asked to speak on stages ever since I was teeny tiny, to be honest. And, but I did spend some time in the corporate world, and I traveled all states west of the Mississippi. And, that's actually where some of that ignition, my own ignition into this work came about, because my predecessor in my territory left it in shambles. People didn't trust us. They didn't like us. And I had to go into that environment and change things. And I really and truly feel that from coming at it from a heart-centered space, really helped change that. And, I transitioned into this because I was called to do this. I've been called to do this for a really long time. Now, we all have a calling.
Yes.
Sometimes, here we go. So we're born with a purpose. And sometimes we let outside influences come in, and we start to navigate this way. And we start to go out this way. And here I am in the corporate world, and I'm just doing this and that, and I'm doing it, and I'm not on purpose. But guess where I ended up? Right back where I was supposed to be. And that's what I think, is that if we can get rid of all the noise and the frequencies and the chatter. There's all this chatter about what we're supposed to do in life and how we're supposed to do it and how much money you're supposed to make and blah, 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 blah. But ultimately, we've got to come back to center. And out of the 7 chakras, the heart's in the center.
That's right.
Number 1, we got to come back to center. We have to be in alignment with who we are. And I just couldn't deny it anymore. This is why I was brought here. And I could tell you stories of all the trip ups along the way. I even have a scar across my nose, and I just laughed when I hit my nose, because it was God's way of just saying, guess what? You're not listening.
Right. Right. We're talking about the Becoming the Best You conference coming up next weekend, but I want people to understand how you have to get out of that template that you think must be, or that you think is how a certain person you look up to got there. it must have taken them a lifetime, or look at all the years that it took that. No, purpose can close that gap between you and your dream instantaneously if you move. That's why the promise that says seek and you shall find. It doesn't say if you seek, maybe kind of once in a while, it's possible. No, it says seek and you will find. So a lot of us, myself included, for decades, I thought that the question mark in front of every opportunity / situation / hurdle or whatever it was in front of me, that threshold of possibility, I was afraid of the question marks because I thought, oh no, I was afraid of what I didn't know. Today, that's the first thing I look for when I peek in. I don't care if I have, where's my mirror? If I have to grab, a mirror and take it around the corner before I step over the threshold, I'm looking for the question mark. Why? Because today I know that the question mark is proof that God is in it. Because if I don't have any questions, then that's a setup. There's a trick to it. You know everything. Go on. You don't need anybody. Do it alone. No, but when I have questions, I know that I need people that are smarter than me. I need something that is greater than me in order to get there. Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. And so I want you all to know, get yourself, like I just quoted her yesterday, Olita Adams said it best. I don't care where you get it, and I don't care how you get there. Just get there when you can, not if, because I know you can do it. So I encourage, what would you say to a person as far as if you can't make it to St. Louis, if you can't make it across town, if you can't make it out of bed, what can you do? Erin, what can they do?
Join us virtually. That is the blessing of technology, is that you don't physically have to be with us. We would love to see you and we would love to be with you in that physical room. But if you can't, that's okay, because virtual tickets are available and they're very affordable. You know what I did? I did the numbers, and we have, with all the speakers, when you divide that by the virtual cost, it's like less than $1.30 per speaker. So you have to decide, you have to decide. So join us virtually.
There you go. And decide is the first thing, because guess what drives you directly into your decision? Choosing. You can decide, I believe, Erin. You can decide, I believe I can get there where I'm trying to be. I can dream myself up, like she says, but you have to choose to pull the trigger. You have to choose to pull back the bow and do what most people do. You know why they say, it used to bug me a lot when I was a kid. I asked my grandma all the time, why do you always say the road to hell is paved with good intention? And now I finally know it's not the good intentions, it's the corpses of those who pulled back the arrow of intent, but never found the courage to let it fly. Don't die with the arrow in your possession. Let it go. The truth will always find its mark. So, Erin, we see on the screen, ErinPaige.com is the best place to go, correct? To continue the dialogue with you, should they so choose, and I'm hoping they will.
Yes, yes. And one comment, just right before we go, think about it, you guys. Take a moment and think. It takes just as much energy to decide to go this way as it does to go this way.
Ooh, told you she was anointed. Yes, yeah. Erin, I just love you. I cannot wait to give you a big hug in St. Louis, get to know you better. I hope that we do great things inside of each other's worlds, brands, lives, and for others. I'm just so excited and honored to meet you. Thank you so much for pouring into us today. You're a beautiful spirit with a wonderful purpose. I'm so glad you not only were chosen, but that you were one of the few who chose in return. God bless you. And all of the same goes to all of you. Whatever you do, do something today. Pay it out the way you want it paid back. Bless something or someone in the manner you wish to be blessed. Just believe for just a moment and watch what happens. Every single second is a new opportunity. you know, I was almost getting ready to give away some of my talk. I'm going to shut my mouth because it was on its way out. Listen, I will see you tomorrow morning, God willing, yet again on the front porch. Jen Mitchell, attorney, will be here with her friends to talk about how they are changing the face of divorce around the globe by showing people how to do divorce through love. And it is an amazing story. And I want you to be here. So meet me on the front porch, God willing, at 8 a.m. Central. And together we'll fulfill that greatest promise of 2 or more. And together we'll create a unique moment in history. Get out. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll tell you every day I love you. And ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Thank you so much. Bye, Erin. I'll see you soon. Can't wait. Great job. Great job. Thank you. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.